Well, we are going to get into this beast of a car,
Ooh,
and we are going to have a chat, and we're going to talk about high performance driving.
thank you, Nick, for having me in your car today.
No problems. I don't get out much, so it's good to be here. Absolutely perfect.
No, right? A little Toyota Yaris GR.
Perfect. It's a little
However,
beast.
No, a little beast.
Look at those wheels.
I know, but this one here.
Now, what we'll do, we'll shut the door and we'll turn her on. This is music to your ears. Press M2.
Oh, different sounds.
I know. You can
I want to
change it.
know more about this car, though.
Let's go outside a minute.
Yes, please.
Come outside.
I am the firmest. I can't wait. Wow, now seriously, I can't wait.
Let's-
And the car will suit me.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Go for it. Ready? Should we go for a spin?
Amazing.
You'll have to get yourself one.
I have to get myself one, yeah. Sounds good, feels good.
And by golly, it does you good. I'll tell you something, your little Toyota's going to feel a bit strange now, isn't
I
it?
know, I bet.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Feel the power.
Ooh.
There you go.
Love it.
But you do need to know what you're doing on these sort of cars, you know.
You have to.
You know, experience.
That's such a good advice.
We've got a little Nissan Boring Micra in front.
I wonder what they're doing on
Look at him.
the,
Look.
lane number 3.
We need the Autobahn, don't we? That's what
we
we
do.
need. We need the Autobahn. So, yeah. But I'll tell you one thing, that car in front is shifting.
He's shifting back again, trying to
Yeah.
overtake everybody.
I'm not going to overtake him because he's doing the speed limit.
Yeah,
I'm
doing
happy to do it.
his-
We're going to turn off now
Yeah,
anyway.
as
So
well.
there
So
we go. Look at this. We're going to shoot up here.
well done. Look at you. Those mirrors, the signal and stuff. You.
And then what we're going to do, we're going to go around the circle and
Okay.
we'll join the road again as we come back.
Okay.
And then we'll go back and we'll talk learners.
Nice. Of
Boring.
course.
No, really kidding. Music to my ears.
Yep.
Woo!
Woo!
Driving test tomorrow. Ooh, there you go. Back. Hope you enjoyed the ride in the M2.
Oh, that was amazing.
Didn't tell you too much, did it?
No, literally, that was wow.
I need
Great experience.
It was only in comfort mode, and I wasn't even touching the gas pedal because of obviously we haven't got the speed limits around here. Basically, national speed limit 70 mile an hour around there, so you know we managed to do about 150. I'm only kidding. Only kidding.
It was amazing.
Thank you.
Great experience. Fast cars.
Fast life,
I love it. Fast cars, fast life.
but
yes.
safety is a thing because obviously we haven't got the roads. I mean, that road was a 70 mile an hour road, and we were only doing about 150, so we weren't too bad. Only kidding, folks. That's nothing I want to talk about. Fast cars are fantastic, but inexperienced drivers need to start with something a bit more simple.
Okay, good advice.
Even if you can afford it, because the insurance is going to be thousands of pounds. Even for a Polo's a great car. That's about £2,000 insurance on that
As
for an
a new
18-year-old.
driver. Yeah. That's a
So
lot.
a thing like an M2 like that would probably be about 10 grand insurance. But
If they can afford it.
but I don't think you'd get insurance at 18, 19 for a car like that. I mean,
I don't think so.
pass test at 18, maybe take some extra training, 2 years of sensible driving, because that's when things go wrong the first 2 years. You're going to have a few little scrapes. Get a bit of experience, get your no claims bonus, get a good job, be consistent, and maybe in 5 years' time you can have a nice M car, because they are fantastic.
Yeah.
They really are.
Coming from you, a car lover, I bet.
Listen,
I bet.
if you go on my YouTube channel or Instagram or TikTok, you'll see my cars over the years. I've had Porsches, 911s, I've had Lotuses, I've had loads of XR3s, XR2s, Renault 5 turbos, great cars, different eras, but nothing can touch that M2 LTI. It is an absolutely amazing car. It really
I
is.
just tried the car. Not trying, I was trying. I've been driven. But it, it was really...
I wouldn't trust you in it. I'm only kidding.
No,
I'm
you
only
know,
kidding.
you can. I mean, I'm a driver. So there were lots of fun features in that car. Quite very interesting actually.
Well,
I've seen so many things on your steering wheel,
all the gadgets.
all the gadgets.
I mean, basically, I drove it in comfort mode,
Oh.
which is the slowest one, but it's perfect because it's fast. The comfort mode. You
so
can
how
put-
many mode have you got?
Oh, it's got loads of modes.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit like me. Has different modes each day. No, but basically, it's got a comfort mode. It's got a sports mode. It's got a sports plus.
Ooh.
Traction control can go off. It's got a launch control. It's got a track mode. Basically, it's a track car.
Okay.
You can put it in track mode, but I just drive it in comfort.
That was good though. That if that was comfort, I meant sports mode, I'll be flying and screaming.
If I put sports mode on it, we'd have probably gone for this in Micra. Would have probably gone straight through his boot.
Oh, that little car.
Yeah.
Oh, that little
The one that
car.
was in front of us, holding us up.
I mean, seriously, you know, talking about motorways and lane discipline. What was that on the right lane for?
It all went out the window.
I know, right.
And that little Micra, boring as it was, forgive me, folks, but it was a boring little car. It was in the outside lane doing about 85 mile an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I mean that's very good as well that we saw that because
yeah.
once you are on motorways and your carriageway, you have to, you know, there's no such a thing as faster lane. That's what
No.
people tend to
No.
forget.
Yeah, there's all. Yeah.
They're all
overtaken.
Overtaken. We really were there to overtake,
Overtaken,
and
like,
then you
yeah.
had that little car in front of us.
We did. And I was going to overtake him on the verge, actually. I was on the verge of overtaking him, get it? Anyway, no, he's fine.
Yeah, it was
He's
fine. But I mean, as a learning curve, stick to your left lane as long as you're in the right speed limit. You can overtake a slow moving vehicle, obviously, but then go back to your left hand
That's
side.
correct.
So another thing I've noticed with your steering wheel, which was quite interesting as well, because again, when it comes to driving in ice and stuff, with auto vehicle like mine here, I don't have these little
Gadgets.
gadgets,
Yeah.
gear changing.
I don't even know how to use them. Yes, I
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
So your M1 and M2, you can change your gear from the steering wheel,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
really-
You
actually
can.
really good.
Yeah.
Mainly for automatic vehicles because that's what you need winter time.
Yeah.
Because again, winter. For manual drivers, we have to be on higher gear, obviously driving a bit slower.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if you have a car like mine where you can't really go to the higher gear because it's auto, that's such a great gadget.
But that'd be no good for bad weather.
No good for bad
No,
weather.
because you can't control the rear end.
Yeah.
I mean, it's those sort of cars are great as a second car. They're not really good as a daily. They can be used as a daily, but they're juicy. They're a bit bumpy. Although it's comfortable, 500 brake horsepower near enough. It's too much for just poodling around the streets with.
And living in London as well.
And living in London as well, and where I live on a country lane,
Oh,
I need a Range Rover.
there you go.
Or no, an old Land Rover. I love those. You know the Land Rovers?
Yes,
I love those.
I love those as well.
I'm not
Yeah.
keen on the new ones. I like the old ones.
The old versions.
Yeah. And I love your Beetle.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for mentioning my Beetles.
Bring your Beetle.
A little classic, yes. I've got Beetle
They're
as well.
beautiful.
That's my personal car.
My daughter loves those cars.
Me too as well. I mean, they're classic. They're very
Yours are
good.
convertible too, isn't it?
Mine is convertible as
Gorgeous.
well. Thank you
Gorgeous
very
car.
much.
Gorgeous car.
Thank you very much. So, I mean, yeah, so cars are very good. Cars are, I mean, if you can afford cars, nice cars and
They're expensive to
comfortable
run no
cars,
matter what you have.
that is, yeah.
That's the thing.
That's the
But
thing,
most
yeah.
young people, the first thing they want is a car, and you can't blame them. We got a car, didn't we?
We do.
You know, and why shouldn't they? But things are so expensive now. The roads, 20 mile an hour zones.
Okay, that's
You
very
know.
good. So there are a few negative points once you go for expensive and
cameras
sports
everywhere.
cars. Cameras everywhere. Many once you are on probation, you have to be
Yeah.
very careful. And then also what else? So we talk about the speed cameras everywhere.
Speed cam. Although we're not condoning people to speed, but sometimes you can be unlucky, can't you?
Yeah, and also I mean, as a new driver, what else will actually affect there?
Bus lanes.
Bus lanes.
You know, because you can't always get out of a bus lane. It's tricky when you turn left to get into a bus lane. Box junctions, you can get caught in a box junction. So you could go out on a daily drive, pick up loads of fines, even lose your license, which would be fatal just on a couple of silly little things. So you've got to be so careful, particularly when the first 2 years of probation driving.
2
So my
years.
recommendations are,
Yes,
my
please.
advice is, I do love my M cars, I love my sports cars, but when you're 18, 19, get yourself a little Polo or Fiesta
Oh, Fiesta, yeah,
Yeah,
of course,
or-
that's a very,
or Toyota.
Or Yaris, like mine.
Little
Why
Yaris is
not?
great. This is a nice one.
Yeah.
And this one's a sporty one, look, GR.
I know, right?
Quite quick.
Very.
It's you're the driver. Anyway, so get yourself something basic. Get 2
What
years.
about insurances?
2 years experience. Insurance is going to be about £2,000 probably. Get yourself sorted. Maybe in a few years' time, get yourself a good job. And who knows? If you want a fancy car, go for it. But fancy cars do come at a price.
Definitely.
And parts, repairs, tyres, all things are expensive. But again, cars are fantastic machines.
Cars are fantastic.
You know,
machine,
yeah.
you know. I mean, many years ago, it was like a luxury to have a car, but nowadays it's a necessity. You
It
know, you
is.
want a car to go to work, you want a car to go to school, you want a car for leisure, you want a car. So a car is actually become something that
It's your personality as well.
I know.
You know,
Yes.
it's your personality. Because some people smoke, drink. I don't. Imagine the money you could save by not smoking, not drinking. You shouldn't drink and drive anyway. If you were to cut those things out, I'm not saying you smoke and drink out there, but you probably do one of them. If you were to cut those out, that would probably save you 50 quid a week, at least.
Wow, yeah.
That can go towards your car.
A week, imagine. So
week,
like
yeah,
if
yeah.
let's go for a month,
Or
like
vaping.
200. Or vaping, yeah.
Expensive again. Plus, we don't know the damage it could do to you. I'm not a great lover of vaping. Obviously, drugs and cars do not go together.
No.
Think of the money you could save if you didn't do any of those things.
Yeah.
You know.
So
you
that all of part of your attitude
Yeah.
towards driving, things not to do really, and if you really want to have a car and also have a good life.
a good life. I shall be in the sauna later.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go.
shall be in the
Yeah. So I mean, thank you so much for allowing me to have a ride today, and I really enjoyed the car. And thank you also for all the advices and stuff. So now there's one thing that learners are really worried about,
What's that?
Nicholas. Test.
Driving test.
Driving
Booking
test.
a driving test.
Booking the driving test.
It's meant to get better because if you notice, the government have cut down on certain things, but it's still not going to stop it
Yes.
because there are always unscrupulous people out there. Most driving instructors are good, but there are a few bad apples who give us a bad name. So my advice is, desperate as you are, do not use a third party for a driving test unless you know them very well and you've got recommendations.
Definitely. Yeah.
Don't pay over the odds. I mean, I expect someone, if someone's going to be on the internet all day long looking for a test, I expect to be paid for it because it's a lot of work. I don't do it. I mean, if someone's going to spend 4 or 5 hours on the internet, they're going to charge you.
They will.
But
they
don't
will.
pay extortionate money. And make sure they're bona fide. Go on referrals and recommendations.
Yes.
But the best way is go online, speak to your driving instructor. They'll help you. Remember, we can't wave a magic wand. Just go on the internet daily and you'll find a test.
You find a test.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
But make sure
DVSA
you're ready
releasing
for it,
the
though.
test every Mondays at 6 a.m.
Yep.
Just log in, be patient, keep waiting and get your test booked. And also, like Nicholas says, really, be careful out there. There are lots of people charging a lot of money. And speak to your instructor.
Yeah, I take advice. I mean,
Yeah.
there are some third-party companies out there which are probably okay. I wouldn't know. I don't recommend any. I'm not saying they're all bad, but if they're charging you £350 on top of your charges, that is extortionate, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Extortionate, and that shouldn't be happening. But hopefully the DVSA, within the year, it's going to take a good year. We'll sort this out,
Yeah.
and the waiting list will come down to about 3 or 4 months.
They came up with their 7 plan as well. Try to cut things and make sure that pupils will be able to book their tests. So there are a few things they put in place, and mainly for instructors can only book the test
Yep,
for their
yep.
own students.
Foreign students, yeah.
Only
that's it.
driving schools can book tests as well, and obviously learners themselves. So the third parties, we have less chances to go and book the tests. Another thing that they put in place was the cancellation. Now, in normally 3 days, you can cancel, between the 3 working days. However, with the new rules, you have to wait 10 days.
Yes. Yep.
Before you decide to cancel your test. So give them 10 days notice. That also, I think, is a good thing because that actually help also DVSA to release that tests for those who are ready for tests.
That's
For
right.
instance. So I think
right,
10
yeah,
days is
yeah.
not bad.
No, that's good.
It's not bad because that helps you catch up a little bit with the waiting time. And what else did they put in place as well, just for learners?
Well, I think the most important thing is pass your theory test, and then you can apply for tests straight away because there's a massive waiting list. I mean,
But would you advise to apply for tests? I mean, you pass your theory test, fine, happy days, but you're not ready for tests.
No, but-
So if you apply for your test, let's assume, and then you got it, but you're not taking enough lessons.
but I doubt if it'll happen though, because tests at the moment are coming in for a long way off. So my advice is even book one for 8 months in advance, because
Okay.
you might be able to change it.
Yeah,
At least get on the system legally
yes.
with your details, which you've put in, not somebody else.
Yes.
That's risky,
That's risky.
because they can control your,
Of course. So once you've done that, and then you go, let's say,
And
8
then
weeks, 8 months.
have your lessons. Your instructor will advise you. Keep looking for cancellations,
Okay.
but make sure the instructor agrees with it.
I know.
then
That's
go
very
for it.
important. Yeah. Instructors should agree with it.
Agree with it.
You must be test ready as well. Okay.
Yeah. Work out a plan between you.
Amazing. Yeah.
Don't do anything without the instructor, and just say, I've got a test. Can I take it?
Yeah.
Job done. But
You must have a plan.
it's not going to be easy though, because you're looking at 8 months at least at the moment.
Yeah. But I mean, also instructors are quite busy nowadays anyway.
Some of
So
them.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Even though it's 8 months, your instructor might be very busy.
Yep.
So therefore, that gives also time to be in their books.
Yep.
Number one, making
Yeah.
sure that they can keep you in their books, and then also helping that you to be ready for the test.
Exactly.
So that time is important, but don't wait 1 month before that test to come and say, I've got my test, can you help me? Because therefore, as an instructor, we don't have enough time to get you ready, because you got other people on our books. You might perhaps also lose that test.
Yeah.
So it's good to be really ready, and also take that test ready to pass
That's right.
campaign. Why not?
Yeah.
Go on there, do your little test as well to see where you are, and then once you're ready, you think you're ready as well, do a mock test.
Perfect. Job done. And wait
That's
for it.
really good, yeah.
The thing you got to be careful of is there's so many tests now. I go on tests. I don't go on tests that often, but I went to Sevenoaks the other day, and there were 2 pupils that didn't turn up. What a waste. Isn't it a shame that those pupils waiting couldn't take that test?
Could take that test.
And that's probably because of a bot. You know those bots that book tests? I got a feeling they might have booked it.
Yeah.
Why would you not turn up for a test?
Yeah.
Why would you pay all that money? Tests are rare to get and not turn up. It's something very fishy going on.
You know, talking about that, that's such a great point, because I got contacted as well. Somebody contacted me saying that, okay, my test is coming next week. However, my instructors has ghosted me.
Right, okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So therefore, this learner, I could not take them to test either, because I was fully booked. So now if they don't get anybody to take them to tests,
Yeah.
because the instructor has ghosted them, I think they won't turn up.
Yeah,
So this is why you have to really make sure you are also having a trustworthy instructor,
very much so.
somebody that you know is there to help you and get you ready for your tests.
Yeah.
And they are available. But
Check the referrals. Now, I've been in the game a long time. If you've been in business a long time and you've got a lot of genuine referrals, they're usually the ones to go for.
there you go.
You know, I would say,
Good advice, yes.
you know, and don't just look at the first 3. I'd say go down the years. Look at 2024, 2025, and then look at 2021 and see what the difference is, and just look at the flow.
Yeah.
No one's perfect, not even me. No one is, are they?
Nobody's
You know,
perfect.
but if you've got like 50 reviews and 46 of them are really good, that shows you're genuine.
That shows, yeah, exactly.
You know.
So do your homework,
Do your homework.
and then don't just go and chance it either.
Don't go for price. Now, this is the thing we're going to talk about is price briefly. Now, there are so many different situations here when people talk about price. Now, say for instance, we're in Sidcup at the moment, aren't we?
Yes.
We're quite near Chislehurst. Test centre's about 3 miles down the road.
Yeah.
If I was living here and I had a pupil that go on test 7 at Sidcup, obviously it'd be cheaper because it's nearby.
Nearby.
How many test centres are that near? Not many. So any good instructor would probably charge at least 2.5 to 3 hours for the day.
Of the day,
For a test, I'd
definitely.
say,
Oh,
at
yeah,
least.
definitely. Yeah, yeah.
But there's often a fee anyway. So don't be frightened by that. If you've got an instructor and you're not sure about prices, ask the instructor. Ask them to explain why they're charging this. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with someone charging a lot more than me, because they might be giving you more than what I'm offering. You see?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen as well, you know, sometime when I get contacted, yeah, but my instructor charging me, let's say £38 an hour. Then I ask them, so how many hours, you know, is your lesson? an hour and a half. An hour and a half? I'm charging you for 2 hours lesson.
Yeah,
So if you look
yeah.
at this, actually, you winning, you actually saving money.
Yeah, it's a nice
and
car.
then you're getting more training. So
Yeah.
sometimes really asked, okay, how much is your hourly rate and how long is my lesson?
Yeah.
Because you'll be surprised. Yes, it's cheap, but you might go for an hour and a half
Might be
lesson.
45 minutes as well.
Yeah, of course, yes. So all
so-
of those things to take into account and then give it a go. If you're not happy with it, therefore,
Yeah.
change. But if they're charging you £43 an hour and then you have an amazing lesson, you know that you are learning, they understand you, you are in a very good environment, and then you feel like, this was a great lesson. I mean, it's worth the money.
Yeah,
so
it
just,
is.
pay.
It's money well spent. But I would say you can't always go by price because some cheaper instructors are very good. It's not always about price. But why would an instructor charge, say, £36 when someone's charging 45 and they're doing the same job? It doesn't make sense. Why be £10 cheaper? But everyone's got a different budget. Go for quality.
Go for
If
quality.
you're getting good value for money, then you can't go wrong.
Thank you so much.
That was really great.
That's really good.
And
Yeah.
but I am a bit worried about young drivers. I just want to finish on this one.
Okay, sure.
Young drivers just past their drive, mainly young guys, young girls too, but mainly young guys because they tend to be the more
Show it off.
speedster.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, say like that. Okay, I will give back because young drivers, of course, there are ladies, young drivers
course,
as
but
well,
they're not so
but for that
reckless
reason,
as a rule.
thank you.
I mean, most
Makes sense.
Most males are fine, but they're young.
Okay.
They go, the mates in the car, music on, might be a couple of girls in there. Very, very, situation. Inexperienced driver. So very, very important. No matter what car you got, even if it's a little Polo or a little Fiesta, they're still dangerous cars. They're still dangerous machines.
I mean, a car is still dangerous. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter how old that car is. It's
No.
the more
Still do a lot of
dangerous
damage.
weapon.
Still do a lot of damage.
It is.
And so drive something I'd say between 1 litre and 1.2
Okay.
for the first year. See how you get on. You will get a couple of little scrapes. It's one of those things. After the second year, your probationary period runs out. See how you are. If you've been driving okay, maybe take the advanced driving test if you feel up for it. But that
That's good
that
advice
might
as
come
well.
later, or take some extra lessons. And if you've got a good job and you want to get a slightly better car, more powerful that means, then go for it. But do it in stages. Do it in stages.
In
Don't jump straight in
stages, yeah.
from a Polo, say, to a BMW, whatever, or an Audi.
Yeah.
Build yourself up.
Do in stages.
Stay safe. Remember, you can still be cool in a Polo, in a Fiesta, Nissan Micra. No, not Nissan Micra.
You can.
Sorry, Nissan Micra.
You
No,
can
right, okay.
still.
Fiat Panda.
Yeah.
No, I'm only
You know,
kidding.
a little
I'm only
smart.
kidding. Yeah.
Any little cars,
Yeah.
bigger cars is the
Smart
same.
car.
A car
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
car.
yeah.
You have just to comply with
Yeah,
the law,
I
the
know, yeah.
rules and stuff. So
Yeah,
just
yeah.
be safe, like you said. Okay, it's all about safety, being on the roads, and if you love nice cars like Nicola does,
Yeah, but
go for
having a
them.
nice car, it's not cool going fast. It is nice to have a bit of power at the right time. But if you've got a nice car, you want to go slow so people can see you.
Of course, why not? Yeah,
And be safe.
Be safe.
And the slower you go, the less wear on the tyres, less wear on pollution,
Less fuel.
less fuel.
Eco-safe driving. That's
In that
such
case,
a great
I'm going to drive home
advice.
at 20 mile an hour all the way. No.
Eco-safe efficiency. Thank you. That's really good.
Yeah, because
that's such. I
we've
mean,
got
the environment, like
We've
you
got to
said.
think of the planet as well.
Yes.
Obviously, new cars are highly tuned. They are better for the environment.
They are.
But they still pump fuel, gases through the exhaust systems.
Polluting.
So drive sparingly,
Let's
drive
save the
safely,
planet.
be progressive, save the planet,
Yeah.
and stay safe out there.
Okay, thank you so much. So you guys again, we're always open to comments and questions. If there is anything else that you want us to cover, you know where to find us. So go and like the videos and give us a follow as well.
Please.
On that note, my motto, be safe.
And
on
my
the
motto
roads.
is check my Instagram, check my TikTok, check my YouTube, and you'll see all the cars I've had over the years and the memories. Stay safe and be careful out there.
That was a very good drive. Thank you very much. Loved it.
And I'd advise anyone to maybe take further training, advanced driving,